Loyalty is a currency, one that cannot be forged or counterfeited. It is earned in the fire of shared struggle, in the moments when words falter and only actions speak. When loyalty is betrayed, it is not just a bond that breaks. It is the soul of trust that shatters. Lies may offer a fleeting illusion, a mask of convenience, but their cost is a hollow existence that echoes with what was lost. A lie is not a single thread. It is a web that entangles the one who weaves it. Those who betray loyalty for the comfort of deception forget that lies are parasites, feeding on what is good and leaving only ruin. The weight of those lies grows heavier with each passing day, and soon there's nothing left to sustain them but regret. To trade loyalty for lies is to gamble with what cannot be replaced. The liar imagines freedom in their betrayal, but what they truly inherit is an emptiness that no falsehood can fill. They forfeit the safety of trust, the strength of connection, and the honor of truth for a fleeting gain that turns to ash in their hands. Loyalty is not about words or gestures. It is about the unseen ties that bind people together. When those ties are severed, the one who cuts them discovers too late that they have severed something within themselves as well. The liar believes they can control the narrative, but betrayal leaves scars that no story can conceal. Every betrayal is a mirror, reflecting the betrayer's own insecurities, fears, and flaws. The one who trades loyalty for lies is not escaping their circumstances, but running deeper into the labyrinth of their own emptiness. Lies may offer a temporary escape, but they always lead back to the same cold, desolate reality. Those who lie to escape accountability find themselves imprisoned by the very walls they sought to build. The liar becomes a shadow, haunted by the echoes of their choices. Loyalty, once lost, cannot be reclaimed. It lingers like a ghost, a reminder of what was sacrificed for nothing of worth. The one who betrays loyalty underestimates the power of the betrayed. While the liar spins webs of deceit, the betrayed finds strength in clarity, in knowing who is worth their trust and who is not. Lies create nothing. Loyalty builds empires. The betrayer finds themselves standing amidst ruins of their own making. The weight of a lie is heavier than any truth, for it must be carried alone. Loyalty, however, is shared. It is a bridge that holds steady even in the fiercest storms. The one who trades loyalty for lies burns that bridge, leaving themselves stranded, isolated, and incapable of rebuilding what they destroyed. Loyalty is a reflection of one's character, while lies are a confession of weakness. To trade one for the other is to declare oneself unworthy of the bonds that make life meaningful. The liar may think they have won in the moment, but all they have gained is an emptiness that grows with every passing day. Trust is a delicate thing, fragile as a spider's web, yet strong enough to hold the weight of the world when nurtured. It cannot be bought, demanded, or stolen. It must be earned through consistency, honesty, and time. The moment it is betrayed, it disintegrates, taking with it the foundation of every meaningful connection. And in that collapse, respect and loyalty crumble too, leaving only the emptiness of what could have been. Respect is not given blindly. It is a reflection of how one carries themselves and treats others. To be respected is to be seen as honorable, as someone whose word holds weight. Betrayal strips that honor away, exposing the hollowness beneath the mask. Respect can only exist where trust is unbroken, where actions align with words, and betrayal is a foreign concept. Loyalty is the rarest of virtues, a bond forged in the fire of shared experience and unwavering commitment. It is not just given, it is demonstrated through actions, through standing firm when the ground shakes. To betray loyalty is not just to sever a tie, it is to reveal a character unworthy of trust, respect, or even acknowledgement. It is to become a ghost, invisible to those who once believed in you. The betrayal of trust, respect, or loyalty is not a single act, but a cascade of destruction. Each one feeds into the next, creating a spiral that drags everything good into its void. The one who betrays believes they are gaining something, but all they acquire is a reputation tarnished beyond repair and relationships reduced to ash. Betrayal is not just an act against another, it is an act against oneself. The betrayer loses the chance to be trusted, the privilege of being respected, and the honor of loyalty. In their greed or cowardice, they trade these priceless treasures for fleeting gains that leave them emptier than before. The betrayed may hurt, but the betrayer pays the ultimate price. To be untrustworthy, to be seen as someone who cannot uphold respect or loyalty, is to be cast out of the bonds that make life meaningful. There is no redemption in betrayal. The betrayer often believes they can rebuild, but trust once shattered cannot be pieced back together. Respect lost to dishonor cannot be reclaimed, and loyalty betrayed becomes a scar that never fades. The betrayer walks alone, haunted by the echoes of what they have destroyed. The betrayed find strength in their pain, clarity in their loss. They learn to rebuild, to guard their trust and loyalty more fiercely. The betrayer, however, is left with the knowledge of what they have thrown away, a constant reminder of their failure to honor the most fundamental bonds. Trust, respect, and loyalty are the pillars of any relationship. To betray one is to topple them all, creating a ruin that can never be restored. The betrayer stands amidst this wreckage, grasping for something solid, but there is nothing left. They have burned it all in the fire of their selfishness. Loyalty is not just an obligation. It is a spark, a grain of something pure in a world consumed by shadows. It offers freedom, not from chains, but from the chaos that comes with uncertainty. Where there is loyalty, there is clarity, an unspoken bond that grounds the soul amidst the storms of betrayal. Those who abandon it for lies may feel liberated in their deceit, but what they truly gain is a prison of their own making. To be loyal is to live without fear. It grants the freedom to trust, to act without second-guessing, to stand firm, knowing the ground beneath your feet will hold. Without loyalty, every relationship becomes a transaction, every word an opportunity for manipulation. The absence of loyalty leaves a void that no amount of cunning or deceit can fill. It is a poverty of spirit, a loneliness that echoes louder with every passing day. The power of loyalty lies in its rarity. In a world so easily swayed by convenience, loyalty becomes a form of rebellion. To remain steadfast in the face of temptation is to wield a strength that lies beyond the reach of liars and manipulators. It creates a fortress of integrity, unbreachable by deceit. Those who betray loyalty often underestimate its value, believing their lies to be a clever escape, only to find themselves adrift, untethered from everything that once gave them stability. Loyalty is the foundation of freedom because it liberates the soul from the burden of doubt. It creates relationships that endure, bonds that withstand the weight of time. Without it, every connection becomes a fragile, fleeting illusion, ready to crumble at the slightest breeze of suspicion. Those who betray loyalty lose more than the trust of others. They lose the freedom to exist without looking over their shoulder. The smallest act of loyalty carries a weight far greater than the grandest of lies. A single moment of steadfastness can change the course of a life, while a web of lies only tangles further, suffocating those caught within. The betrayer sees loyalty as a weakness, but it is their own lack of it that makes them truly vulnerable, enslaved by their own duplicity. Those who lie and betray often do so under the illusion of gaining freedom. Freedom from accountability, freedom from the weight of commitment. But lies are chains masquerading as liberty, each one tightening until the liar is left gasping for air, struggling under the weight of their own deceit. In their quest for escape, they become prisoners, bound by the consequences of their choices. Loyalty does not demand perfection. It only asks for consistency. It is not a matter of never faltering, but of always returning, always standing firm when it matters most. Betrayers misunderstand this, mistaking loyalty for servitude. In their eagerness to cast it aside, they fail to see that they are trading freedom for isolation, stability for chaos. Those who value loyalty understand that it is not restrictive. It is empowering. It gives clarity of purpose, strength and unity, and the courage to face adversity with allies who will not falter. Betrayal may seem like a shortcut to power or advantage, but in the end, it is nothing more than a leap into the abyss, a severing of ties that can never be restored. In loyalty, there is freedom, and in betrayal, there is only emptiness. To trade one for the other is to sacrifice everything for nothing. The betrayer finds themselves alone, burdened by the weight of their lies, haunted by the shadows of the bonds they have destroyed. Loyalty offers a glimpse of freedom, a light in the darkness, but betrayal snuffs it out, leaving only the void. Those who traded loyalty for lies may have thought they were clever, but they underestimated the power of steadfastness. Loyalty is often dismissed as an artifact of a bygone era, a relic that no longer fits into a world consumed by self-interest and fleeting connections. Yet, beneath its supposed obsolescence lies an unshakable truth. Loyalty is the cornerstone of everything that makes life bearable, everything that gives life meaning. It is the thread that binds love, family, friendship, and society together. Without it, love becomes a hollow performance, family a fragile pretense, friendship a fleeting convenience, and society a fragile web destined to collapse under the weight of its own selfishness. Loyalty is not just an act, it is an essence, a force that transcends mere words or gestures. It is the silent commitment that echoes through every meaningful relationship, the foundation upon which trust is built and resilience is formed. Without loyalty, love is reduced to infatuation, an empty fire that burns bright, but dies out as quickly as it is lit. Loyalty sustains love, nurtures it, and gives it the strength to endure, even in the face of adversity. Those who betray loyalty for momentary gain betray love itself, severing the roots of something irreplaceable. In the absence of loyalty, family becomes a fragile facade. Blood may bind people by birth, but loyalty binds them by choice. It is what turns a collection of individuals into a sanctuary, a refuge from the chaos of the world. Without loyalty, family is reduced to a house of cards, easily toppled by the slightest gust of betrayal. Those who abandon loyalty in their pursuit of lies find themselves estranged, outsiders to the very connections that once gave their lives meaning. Friendship without loyalty is nothing more than a transaction. It is a fleeting arrangement, dependent on convenience and devoid of depth. Loyalty transforms acquaintances into allies, companions into confidants. It is the unspoken agreement to stand by someone, not because it is easy, but because it is right. Those who discard loyalty for lies find their friendships eroded, leaving them surrounded by shadows rather than substance. Society itself crumbles without the foundation of loyalty. Communities thrive on trust, on the shared belief that people will uphold their commitments and honor their words. Loyalty fuels this trust, creating bonds that hold communities together. When loyalty is traded for deceit, the fabric of society begins to unravel, replaced by chaos and discord. The betrayer may believe they are gaining freedom, but what they truly gain is isolation, a self-inflicted exile from the collective strength of unity. Loyalty is the silent guardian of commitment, the force that turns promises into actions and intentions into reality. Without it, commitments become empty gestures, easily discarded in the face of temptation or convenience. Those who betray loyalty fail to understand its power, mistaking it for a weakness, when, in reality, it is the greatest strength a person can possess. Loyalty creates bonds that cannot be broken, a resilience that cannot be shattered. The absence of loyalty leaves a void that no amount of lies can fill. It creates a hollowness that gnaws at the soul, a constant reminder of what has been lost. The betrayer may try to silence this emptiness with distractions or justifications, but it lingers, a shadow that cannot be escaped. Loyalty, once betrayed, becomes a haunting presence, a reminder of the love, trust, and unity that have been forsaken. To praise loyalty is to praise the very foundation of what makes life worth living. It is to honor the strength it takes to remain steadfast in a world that rewards betrayal. Loyalty is not obsolete. It is essential, a guiding light in the darkness of self-interest and deceit. Without loyalty, there is no love, no family, no friendship, no society. Those who trade loyalty for lies may believe they are gaining something, but what they truly gain is emptiness, a void where meaning once resided. The betrayer may claim victory in their lies, but their victory is hollow. Loyalty is not just a virtue, it is a necessity, the glue that holds relationships, communities, and even humanity together. Without it, everything falls apart, leaving only fragments of what could have been. The betrayer's lies may have brought them momentary gain, but in the end, they are left with nothing but the weight of their choices. Addiction is a dance with shadows, a willing plunge into the abyss for a fleeting sense of relief. What draws people to poison their own lives for moments of reprieve? It is the craving for silence, for the absence of chaos in a world that demands constant performance. The toxic state they choose, the self-inflicted exile from reality, becomes a twisted salvation. For a brief instant, the storm quiets, the screaming stops, and all that remains is stillness. But the cost of that stillness is catastrophic. Obsessive behavior is a prison of its own making, bars forged from the lies whispered to oneself. Just one more time, it promises, and then everything will be fine. But it never is. Each indulgence feeds the monster, makes it stronger, more insatiable. The price is not just the destruction of one's life, but the erosion of identity. Who are you when the thing you crave consumes everything else? When loyalty, love, and honor become casualties of your pursuit of that one fleeting moment of solace. Addiction thrives on illusion. It whispers that the high will last forever, that the fall can be avoided. It convinces its victims to sacrifice everything they hold dear for temporary escape. And so, relationships are shattered, trust is annihilated, and the addict finds themselves alone in the ruins they created. The loyalty they once held for others and for themselves is sold to feed the obsession, leaving a void that no substance or habit can fill. What is most tragic about addiction is its cunning mimicry of relief. The moment of feeling okay is so intoxicating, so alluring, that the mind convinces itself to endure the destruction for just one more taste. But that okayness is never real. It is a mirage, a brief flicker of light in an endless sea of darkness. And when it fades, all that remains is the devastation left behind, the people who were betrayed, the lives that were torn apart. Obsessive behavior is not always about substances or vices. Sometimes it's about control, about clinging to a person, a relationship, or a dream that no longer exists. The addict in these cases trades their loyalty and their integrity for the desperate need to feel whole. But in their desperation, they push everything that could make them whole even further away. The more they grasp, the more they lose. The need to escape reality is not inherently evil, but the methods chosen often are. Addiction takes the form of betrayal, not just of others, but of oneself. It makes promises it cannot keep, robs people of their ability to choose wisely, and enslaves them to the cycle of craving and destruction. And when the dust settles, when the obsession fades, the addict is left with nothing but the knowledge of their own complicity in their downfall. Loyalty is one of the first casualties of addiction. The addict betrays those who stand by them, who love them, who try to pull them out of the fire. But the most profound betrayal is of themselves. The person they could have been is lost in the haze of their obsession. And while those around them may grieve the loss of their loyalty, it is the addict who must live with the emptiness of what they have become. The allure of that brief moment of peace often outweighs the fear of long-term consequences. But when the peace fades and the consequences remain, the addict is forced to confront the price they've paid. The lies they told themselves, the loyalty they abandoned, and the relationships they destroyed all come rushing back, leaving them drowning in regret. The high was never worth the fall. To trade loyalty, love, and life itself for an altered state of consciousness is the ultimate act of self-sabotage. Addiction is a thief, a liar, and a destroyer, and its victims are left with nothing but ashes. The comfort it offers is fleeting, while the destruction it causes is eternal. To escape its grasp requires more than willpower. It requires the courage to face the pain it seeks to numb, and the discipline to rebuild what it has torn apart.